So do you guys remember Randy Orton, the guy who actually injured himself taking out the trash? Yes, Randy Orton is now back in the news, and probably more, positive light in my book. He's teasing on what he probably wants to do when he comes back to the WWE. Because if you guys remember to the CM Punk podcast with Colt Cabana, the WWE does not know, what is going to be going forward for the next talent, even when you come back from an injury, a long layoff due to an injury. And Randy Orton, was one of those guys. Randy Orton was added to the list of superstars that missed out on WrestleMania due to injury. Guys like Neville, Cesaro. I guess you can put in John Cena, even though John Cena had, a 30-second, performance, with The Rock taking on the Wyatt family. Seth Rollins was also part of it. So WrestleMania was, very much haggard with injury, but we still had a quality show in my opinion. But, Randy Orton is now back in the news in a much positive light. I'm glad to hear what he wants to do when he potentially comes back to the company. There's no timetable on his return. I know some people, some just basic, wrestling fans saying, well, he's going to come back before SummerSlam. That's not a credible source. I can, say, for example, if I was a big-time superstar and I injured my shoulder, I can just say this and that. I want to be medically cleared by a doctor before I do anything else because I don't want to, how my long-term health is going to end up being. I just don't want to have, people get the wrong, idea. So Randy Orton actually is overseas, for the WWE European Tour. He's in Dubai right now for a Middle East film and Comic-Con, according to Wrestling Inc. That's where I get most of my wrestling news and just share my opinions with you guys here on this podcast. So Randy Orton is actually rehabbing his shoulder. He's expected to be back very soon, according to Assad Belaru. That's apparently what Randy Orton said to him. But Randy Orton also said that he probably he would like to wrestle with either Finn Balor, the NXT champion, or Sami Zayn. And he would love to wrestle as a heel. Now that's going to be a big deal if the WWE could potentially, get something together for Randy Orton. I think Randy Orton is another, he's probably one of the top 3 superstars that can really, get what they want in the WWE. And you got John Cena, Triple H, and then now you have Randy Orton, because those are the 3 big guys when you actually look at WWE television. Randy Orton's a huge superstar when he's actually wrestling and he's actually on part of the Raw product, not when he's injured. So Randy Orton could potentially, get what he wants. He could potentially end up working with either or. I think the more credible rivalry for him, if he's going to end up working as a heel, will be Sami Zayn. I've always said that Sami Zayn is that guy that has been that, broken heart superstar. Sami Zayn has just been a superstar with a lot of heartbreak, in his time in the WWE. He has done a whole lot, but he's just have not gained a whole lot. He's lost a lot of big time matches. He's put on some of the best matches in the WWE so far in 2016. Look at the matches, in his past in 2015 against Kevin Owens. Look at his match against, Neville. Look at his NXT matches. But he just did not get a lot of, he did not bring home the bacon. Is what I like to say. He brought home, the NXT Championship just one time, but losing it in a pretty piss poor fashion, just getting knocked out by Kevin Owens to get Kevin Owens run as NXT champion, and then he bring him up to the main roster. Look at last night's Monday Night Raw show. Had a hellacious match with AJ Styles, which I was just at the edge of my seat for. That was a huge matchup. I love that matchup. That was a perfect matchup. I know the WWE's going with AJ Styles as their number 1 contender for the WWE title. If Sami Zayn was to defeat AJ, it would not be a triple threat match at Payback. At the end of the day, it was AJ Styles ending up knocking down Sami Zayn at the end with the phenomenal forearm, the new finisher for AJ Styles. But outside of that, Sami Zayn has also lost to John Cena in another great matchup. So Sami Zayn has been that superstar that, being placed in the matches, but there's no really, credible storyline for Sami Zayn. I think Sami Zayn really needs to work with the storyline, and that's what the WWE is probably doing right now, probably teasing this Kevin Owens Sami Zayn storyline. But what if the WWE wants to hold that off? And Randy Orton saying he should be back very soon to the WWE. Being back very soon could be, next month, 2 months. SummerSlam. Maybe SummerSlam could be a credible return for Randy Orton. Maybe they can end up teasing something after SummerSlam with Sami Zayn and him. Maybe Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens can begin the rivalry as soon as next week on Raw. because that's where Raw, a lot of the the fame of WWE views come into. They always watch Raw. So maybe we can end up getting with the Sami Zayn Kevin Owens rivalry. But if you want to have something long term, you save off on that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn rivalry. Have Sami Zayn put on into a medium mid card storyline till then. Ride it to all the way to Payback, and then from Payback you can ride something with Sami Zayn to SummerSlam, and then you can start bringing up if Randy Orton is 100% healthy to come back, if he's ready to go, then you can start putting into something with him, with Randy Orton. I think that's the more credible, and more understanding way that the WWE can go about it. I just think that with Finn Balor holding the NXT champion, he did not lose it to Samoa Joe, and he's still down in developmental Finn Balor. It's just how it has to go. I think that Finn Balor can end up joining Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson down in later on, but I just don't see Finn Balor being up at the main roster by the time Randy Orton comes back from